drop frames. That sucks. Why is my network doing this to me? My speed is supposed to be better than this. That's annoying. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go with it for a little bit. Let's see if it maybe stabilizes a little bit. Guess like the last times, I'm gonna have to review the VOD to see if I've fixed the lag and the drop frames. I am pausing occasionally with my walking around as I'm looking to see the stream delay. I think it's better, at least, than it was last time, maybe. Okay, last dandelion. I'm just saying that out loud right now, so I know when to review the VOD if that synced up or not with the correct frames. I know that's not the last dandelion. Oh, that was the last spot. So yeah, I tried to do a lot of work today on trying to optimize everything as much as I could to get the stream working without lag, because it's possible with my equipment. Tricky because it's all outdated. Definitely possible. So here's that. Probably won't get on too long tonight because I do have a bit of a headache, and I just wanted to see if all of the work that I put in today on the optimization does any better for this or not. I don't feel like taking the back right now. Want to try and knock out these daily commissions. Okay, now the Twitch side says that it's looking like it's stabilizing. So I don't know if it was... I mean, if it is because of the cheap knockoff capture card that I tried getting to save on my budget, I mean, that's probably a good thing, because I can just get a proper capture card fairly easily. Got a super cheapo one just to start trying setting all of this up, you know, before like investing much money into it. Wanted to see if I could get some of the lower quality stuff working, just because I did study computer science for a couple of years. And so optimizing should not be outside of my wheelhouse. study coding and was a tier 1 tech support for a while. Let's see. I did figure out how to turn on that stream closed captioning extension that I added, but it doesn't get any of my words right. So I'm going to look for another one of those. Let me double check to make sure that I didn't accidentally. Okay, good. I was just double checking because this cheapo mic has a noise reduction, like auto button mode on it, and that's what was going on last time for why the audio for my mic sounded like shit breaking up, because it's like auto cut off like cut off a lot of my voice because I speak softly. Alrighty. What do I need to help you find? Oh, just use elemental sight. Okay. So yeah, I hope this is working a tiny bit better than it did last time, maybe. If I'm lucky. Let's see here. Probably am gonna have to speak to my internet provider though, because I am supposed to be getting speeds better than this, definitely. And I did used to work IT tech support, so I know I've been testing and double checking everything properly. IT tech support for Wi-Fi, I meant. I did Wi-Fi support for a couple of hotel chains briefly. And yeah, it was good because not climb all the way. I did learn a lot in the brief time that I did that job, although I had a lot of that experience prior to actually doing that. For my previous studies and stuff. And even though I had been computer science major before, I was a computer science major once upon a time, but what I meant to say is I was customer service manager for a while, so like I knew how to deal with shitty people, because I had to for a while. And even with that experience, a couple of months on a call center line just absolutely took it out of me. I was not going to be able to keep that up, so I left. Because, yeah, I would say customer service manager at Walmart and tier 1 tech support are likely similar in terms of how much abuse they get from customers.
风，回应我吧。吸附力测试。鸣草结环，鱼雷，服从。七武士，超级风魔快。
Sucrose. I'm still relatively new to playing Genshin. I actually only started playing Genshin this fall. Like I downloaded it in September, I think, and only started actually playing in October, I think. But since I studied Mandarin Chinese in college, and then, you know, heard the voice track in this game with MiHoYo being an entirely Chinese development company. That's not what I wanted. Like, this is one of the best popular media forms, I guess, to like hear spoken Chinese in a fun, casual way that's like true to life, how Chinese would be spoken in person. And this game's voice track is pretty darn on par with what I studied. And I was very fortunate, and I did have the opportunity while I was majoring in Chinese to study abroad in Shanghai for 6 weeks. So I did have some full immersion experience in the language. So you know, what I was hearing in Genshin is pretty close to what I studied in like a fun way. Yeah, but my Chinese is super rusty, like really bad. Because I haven't used my Chinese really since 2012. And so because of that, my Chinese just gotten rusty and fallen by the wayside. However, my Spanish is still mostly fully intact. Because I did have the opportunity to use Spanish regularly in work several times. So, and I was fluent in Spanish before I started studying Chinese. Languages are kind of my thing. love foreign language. Seriously didn't kill you guys. Get my claymore for her.
是去练功吗？
My Spanish I still had the opportunity to use in everyday life, working in retail and doing customer service and tech support and everything. So that has stayed mostly intact. So I'm still pretty fluent in Spanish, but my Chinese is really rusty, and that's part of why I'm enjoying this game so much. Because, like, I don't know if any of y'all watching this have ever studied foreign languages and, you know, started looking at, like, the availability of, different languages and, like, the media available in those languages for you to be able to learn and study from. Just because of different countries placing different importance on production of media or not, makes a big difference in whether or not that media even exists for you to study from. And unfortunately, Chinese as a language has just suffered a little in not having quite as much popular media produced in, like, you know, pure, like, fiction, fun settings. Lots of serious stuff exists in Chinese, but and like official educational resources and things. But you're a little harder pressed to find as many like fun examples of like TV shows or movies in Chinese than you would be in say Korean. Like, there's lots and lots and lots of really good Korean shows and songs, bands. Everyone knows K-pop. But it's a little bit harder to find good examples of that in Chinese. The closest I came when I was studying was instead of watching like the Korean dramas, we were able to find some dramas similar to those that were produced in Taiwan. So it wasn't exactly the Chinese that we were learning in our class, but it was the closest we could find in like fun casual media. Yeah, and so aside from that, the only other like good like casual Mandarin Chinese media is really just like the movie Ip Man. That's about it. Aside from like the Taiwanese dramas, couple of bands. So I was quite excited when I got over my fear of gacha cringe and started playing Genshin finally. Alright, claim daily mission reward. Gonna see, saying that out loud to see if the video matches up with the audio later in the VOD. more spots marked on my map by him. So, yeah, can grab those quick. Since I'm new to playing Genshin, I'm new to realizing that if you ask the blacksmith each day if they have good leads on finding ore, that they actually mark out spots on your map where there's like, that setting cluster forms. Really useful for what seemed like, you know, what would be boring, like random pointless filler NPC interaction in a lot of games. Nope. Genshin is actually marking it, or, you know, giving you value from that interaction beyond just adding more writing, per se.
明彩结环，速速退下！好。
Yeah, and I'm basically at the point of being a new but now comfortable with Genshin player, AR45 of like, I'm just sort of grinding up levels and resources for the characters now, since I only have a handful of them so far. Being new to this, and
风之神，请指引我们。
so a little bit in the grind of trying to build up a few characters that I have and gather resources and stuff while I deal with the gacha mechanic of getting more characters eventually.
焚烧吧！
So I need to go northwest where I am. Let's see here. I'm gonna be able to sit back a little more comfortably now that I've kind of got this going. I really hope it's not that terrible on the stream. It looks like it probably is, but maybe at least my voice talking is at least normal. I'm lucky. Well, my streams deal with drop frames and sort out my technical issues. gonna be like collecting dandelions for fucking forever since Jean was my first 5-star. And I'm a sucker for healers, especially healers who scale off of their attack. It seems a little bit broken. So, Jean's my first healer for Big.
听我发旨！
Okay, this is weird. Like, I don't know why my network is dropping so many frames, because it looks like bitrate wise my stream is getting the bitrate that it needs now to have the strength, and my OBS side doesn't say that it's missed any frames due to rendering or encoding. So OBS side is good. And then it says it's a bunch of dropped frames from my network. Like half of them, 54%, is what it says. And that's just
寒食饮冰，
ridiculous, 'cause
利于平神静气。清新泡水，辅以冰块饮下，对身体最好。
wait, have I just not set my bitrate high enough again? Am I a dumbass? I think I'm I might be a dumbass. Going to try one more thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and... How long have I been up here? 28. I'll give it 2 more minutes so that I can stop on an even half hour for that little test VOD I did. And then I'm gonna try upping my bitrate again, because I was trying to be conservative before, knowing that my poor PC and things are getting a little bit outdated here, but it looks like my total data output might be exceeding my bitrate. And so if that's the case, that might be why I am dropping frames on the network side potentially. So I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, just transition to be right back. Saying that aloud too, to see if that syncs up with the stream VOD as it gets saved or not, if the audio is in sync or not. And I'm going to go ahead and end this really quick, and I will be right back once I try upping my bitrate again. One sec.